it is time to change directions. What you're doing, if it's not putting you into the presence of God the way it should be, then you're going to have to make a decision to change for the better. Well, if that thing is keeping you up all night long, and obviously you got to make a change for the better. If you find yourself spending more money than you have, then obviously you're going the wrong direction. And I believe it's time for you to make a change. Well, my brothers and sisters, if you find yourself not getting along with your loved ones, and it's not always their fault, then I believe it's time for you to make a change. And you see, my brothers and sisters, we all have to make a change at some point of time in our lives. And change is not always comfortable. Sometimes you have to make difficult decisions when they come down to change. And when you begin to make those changes, people are not always going to agree with your changes. But you got to understand, if God has purposed something in your heart, and you know it's between you and God has ordained that, then you have to make a change. And I just do believe if God has ordained something and purposed that in your heart, and you make a decision to change, those who love the Lord and know God will get on board. So my brothers and sisters, we all have to make a change. You see, church, we find ourselves a couple of years ago looking for a change in the White House. Matter of fact, we had a president that ran on the campaign for change. We was looking for something different. We was looking for something new. Because we understand that the first 8 years that really didn't help us a whole lot. So we had to make a change. So now that we have made a change and we understand change didn't really take place like we would like to have to, but we are still making changes. But you got to understand, when you begin to make changes, you can't always put your faith in man. You got to learn to put your faith in God. Because if you're going to change the right way, God has to be the center of your change. Your mindset, your thinking has to be lined up with Christ himself. Paul reminded us that let this mind be in you that is also in Christ Jesus. Be ye not conformed to the things of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. All Paul simply was saying that you got to make a change in your life. Because if we stay on the same path, we're not going to get to the destination that God has intended for us to be. So I ask the question tonight, what change do you stand in need to make? Well, what change that you have been seeking God for that you need to make in your life? What is it that you've been toiling and wrestling with for the last couple of weeks? What is it that's keeping you up? What is it that bringing tears to your eyes every time you think about it? What is it that have you at unease that you need to change? Oh, brothers and sisters, I want you to continue to ponder on this throughout tonight.